Hello and welcome. Let's solve another interesting question. Alright, we look at the diagram above and they said O is the center of semicircle. Of course, this diagram is a diagram of a semicircle which we have a square in it. Alright, so and we are given the area of the square OEDF to be 5. So we want to find the length BC. Alright. So how do we solve this? Let's go through it. All right. Now, for us to solve this, the first thing we are going to be working with is the area of the square. So we are given that the area of the square is 5, and we know the formula for the area of a square. The formula of area of the square is equals to what? Square of just one of the side. So you can say, let's denote the area of a square by A to be equals to what? S squared. That is one of the side of this. And then we are given the area to be 5. So it means that 5 is equals to what? S squared. So for me to get the value of S, I'll square both sides. So it means S is equals to what? Root 5. So one side of the square, we know a square has equal side. So it means FO is equals to what? OE is equals to what? ED is equals to what? DF. So we can say that FO is equals to what? OE is equals to what? DE, and it's also equals to what? DF. So everything is equals to what? Root 5. All right. So let's take this place as root 5. This place too is going to be root 5. This place too is going to be root 5, and this place too is going to be what? Root 5. All right. Now, don't forget, every semicircle or circle has a radius. Alright, so if I join this center point to this point D here, I'm going to have the radius of this what? Of this semicircle. Alright, so let's quickly do that. So if we join this point with this point, we are going to have a radius. Alright, so now you can see that we have a radius here. So now we can bring out triangle DFO. Triangle DFO. Alright. Triangle D, F, and O. Alright. So now you can see that our DF is root 5. We have here to be root 5, and our FO is also what? Root 5. So we don't know our DO, right? So let's look for our DO. Alright, so now, but we know that this place is going to be a right angle for a square. All this place is 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, and then 90 degree. Alright, so now it means that the hypotenuse side, using Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse side, OD square, is going to be equals to what? Root 5 square plus what? Root 5 square. Alright, so it means that OD square will be equals to this, we cancel out this, this we cancel out this, then we left with 5 plus 5, which is what? 10. So OD now, OD will be equals to what? Root 10. Alright, so that is our OD. So it means that this place, the radius is what? Root 10. Alright. Alright, you're also going to notice that OB is also radius and OA is also what? Radius, right? So it means that OD is going to be equals to what? OB, which is what? Root 10. And it's also going to be equals to what? OA, right? Now, let's consider triangle EOB. So if we consider triangle EOB, triangle EOB is going to look like this. Alright, so we have EOB, E, O, and B. So now we know that OB is root 10. OB is root 10. And then OE is root 5. OE is root 5. Now we can find, we know that this place is going to be right angle triangle. So now we can find EB. Now using Pythagorean theorem again, we know that our EB EB square will be equals to what? Root 5 square plus root 10 square. Alright, so this square will go with this square, this will go with this. We'll be left with 5 plus 10, which is what? 15. So it means that EB square will be equals to what? 15. So if I square both sides, it means that my EB will be equals to what? Root 15. So it means that this part, EB, is equals to root 15. Alright, now that we have gotten our EB, so the next thing now that we are going to take note of this critically well is this. If I decide to complete this line and we decide to draw the full cycle, so let's look at what it's going to look like. We'll just sketch this, then we'll see it. So now we are just trying to assume that this is a full cycle now. All right, so if this is a full cycle, now I can decide to also complete this line. Let's draw this line. All right, so let's also draw this one down. All right, so now let's call this place M, and let's call this place N. All right, now if you look at this critically well, you will observe that we already know that our OM2 is going to be what? Radius, right? So OM is radius, and we said our radius the other time is what? Root 10. So it means OM is what? Root 10. All right, so if OM is root 10, now what is going to be our ME? Now if you look at this, our ME is going to be the sum of what? OM plus what? Plus E plus OE rather. So our ME is going to be what? Root 10 plus root 5. All right. So again, we know that our OE is what? Our OE is root 5. And we know that our ON is also what? Radius. So for us to get our EN is going to be what? ON minus what? Minus OE. I hope you understand. Because we know that ON is what? Radius. And we know from here to here is what? Root 5. So it means this side is going to be what? Root 10 minus what? Root 5. So it means that EN is going to be root 10 minus root 5. All right. Now, if you look at this, we have line CB, right? We know that our EB is root 15. EB is root 15. All right. So we want to find our CE, right? All right. Now, if you look at this, if we draw a cycle here, and then we have a line like this. We have a line like this. And then we have another line like this. All right. So you can see that this line is looking like it's a chord. We have a chord CD, and we also have another one MN, right? So this one is what? CB, and they both intersect at what? At E. They both intersect at E. So this is N. This is what? This is N, right? All right. So if we have something like this, two intersecting chord, it means that we can say that ME multiplied by EN is going to be equal to what? CE multiplied by what? EB. I hope you still remember that law. All right. So now it means that ME multiplied by what? ME multiplied by EN will be equals to what? Will be equals to CB multiplied by what? EB. All right. So what is our ME? Our ME is root 10 plus what? Plus root 5. EN. What is EN? EN is root 10 minus what? Minus root 5. All right. CB now. Then EB is what? Root 15. So this is what we want to find out. So we want to find our CB. Now we know that this one here is nothing but what? Difference of what? 2 square. So we don't need to expand. When we have difference of 2 square, you just multiply. Root 10 multiplied by root 10, that is 10. Then root 5 multiplied by negative root 5, we are going to have minus 5 equals to what? Equals to root 15 CB. All right, 10 minus 5, that is 5. So 5 is equals to what? Root 15 CB. All right, so we can get our CB now by dividing both sides by root 15. So root 15. So this will go with this, then CB will be equals to what? 5 all over what? 5 all over root 15. All right, I hope you understand that. So now that we have gotten our CB now we can now find BC. So now BC is going to be equal to what? BE plus what? Plus CE. So what is our BE? Our BE is what? Root 15. So it's going to be root 15 plus what? Plus 5 all over what? Root 15. All right. So now this will be equals to root 15 multiplied by root 15, that is 15, minus 5 all over what? Root 15. Root 15. All right. So 15 minus 5, that is 10. So we are going to have this to be equals to 10 all over what? Root 15. So if you rationalize, we are going to have this multiplied by what? Root 15 all over what? Root 15. All right. So if you do that, we are going to have this to be equals to what? 10 root 15 all over what? All over 15. So if we look at this, 5 in 10 is 2, 5 in 15 is 3. So our final answer is going to be 2 root 15 all over what? All over 3. And here is the solution to the above question. I believe we understand this question properly. Thanks. Stay tuned for more.